Because we are going to see the winners in this round. Please, may I be permitted to call upon the speakers from New Haven Model Secondary School Oshiri in the names and persons of Hello, Miss Summer Blessing. Please, can you walk up to the podium? Come for her, she walks up. And I call upon the second speaker from New Haven, Miss Akbota Shunammite Jane. Please come forward. And I call upon the third speaker from the same side, our Padre, Miss Summer Franca. Please can you come forward? This reminds me of the triumvirate between Julius Caesar, Cassius, and Pompey. You talk about three people. So every time you see them, only three of them. Let's see what happens. So, and we talk about the speakers from Complete Secondary School Oshiri who are going to be saying no. So let's call upon these wonderful speakers from Complete Secondary School Oshiri. We call upon the first speaker, Abu Theodore. Abu Theodore. Please come forward. Theodore. Thank you. Abu Theodore. And we're going to upon the second speaker from the same school, John Chinecherem. Come forward. They are changing it now. This time around. A mixture. And we'll go upon the third speaker from the same side, Okenyi Ezine. Please come forward. Everything has been changed entirely. So we're going to be hearing, first of all, please, gentlemen and ladies, give us your attention. This is a very important aspect of this debate. We are going to be crowning now our winners today from whatever they will speak on this stage, on this podium. Please listen to them attentively so that we can even learn. Let's know what climate change is all about, and let's know whether it is natural, or let's know whether our environment is truly in danger. Please, our time still remains the 10 minutes. Please, at the count of 8 minutes, we are going to hear the warning bell from the moderator. And when it is 10 minutes, you're going to hear the final bell. Thank you so much. And when you want to summarize, at the count of 1 minute, you're going to hear the warning bell from the moderator. And when it is 2 minutes, you're going to hear the final bell. Please, let's make it snappy and very cool. So let's call upon the first speaker from New Haven Model Secondary School Oshiri. We call upon no other person than Hello, Miss Summer Blessing. Please, don't forget the rules. Take the mic, calm down. Your time starts when you start. And you hold the mic close to your mouth. You are not under any pressure. Speak and listen to yourself. Calm down, we wish you the best. Please come forward to the stage.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Blessing Mesomachi is my appellation, a standard bearer of the flag of New Haven Model Secondary School, Oshiri. I'm standing here this afternoon to advance a proposition to the motion. Climate change is our environment really in danger, or just nature taking ethos? I, as the lead speaker for my team, shall be defining the keywords in the motion, aside to each of my colleagues here present, and thereafter, I shall explore the motion of socio-economic point of view. Whereas my second speaker here shall speak on health challenge picked by climate change, while our third speaker here shall solidify our stand, rebuke the team opposition argument, so as to show us that our environment is really in danger. Each of us shall endeavor to utilize the needed ingredients of a debate, such as comparison and contrast, verifiable facts from verifiable authorities, historical and scientific facts and figures, etc. All with a view to making sure we don't offer empty arguments to our dear listeners. To start with, climate change, according to GCSE Geography in England and Wales, is a long-term temperature mainly caused by human activities, such as burning of fossil fuel. While Encyclopedia Britannica defines climate change and the periodic modification of Earth climate brought about as a result of changes in the atmosphere, as well as the interaction between the atmosphere and the biological, chemical, and other geographical factors within the Earth system. Now, the $64,000 question is our environment really in danger, or is nature just taking Chinua Achebe's book, Who Kept Chasing the Rat While His House is on Fire? Yes, because we have various challenges and damage and dangers caused by climate change to our environment. Please follow me as I expose them one after the other. Firstly, climate change is the biggest threat to environmental sustainability and 2030 SDGs. Judges, it is one of the Sustainable Development Goals established by the United Nations General Assembly in 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, according to World Bank, as assessed on 15 January 2023, emission of greenhouse gases resulting from human activities such as burning of fossil fuel for heat, electricity, transportation, etc., has contributed to the ozone layer depletion and the burning ultraviolet rays of the sun, trying to burn everything under the earth's surface. It further says climate change threatens and undermines the progress in nearly every area of human development. It poses substantial risk to food production, water supply, ecosystem, energy security, and much more. With all this, ladies and gentlemen, is our environment not in danger? Of course it is. Yet, it might not interest you to hear that. The same report has it that by 2050, more than 140 million people will be forced to migrate within national borders to avoid climate change worst effect. For instance, from 2010 to 2019, more than 1.3 billion people were affected seriously enough by extreme weather events such as floods, drought, heat waves, and cold waves to emergency assistance. I recap. From 2010 to 2019, more than 1.3 billion people were affected seriously enough by extreme weather events such as flood, drought, heat waves, and cold waves to emergency assistance. Thus, is it not obvious that our environment is truly in danger? Furthermore, climate change endangers biodiversity and leads to loss of important species. Ladies and gentlemen, biodiversity, according to www.worldwildlife.org, is all the different kinds of life you find in one area. That is the variety of plants, animals, fungi, and even microorganisms like bacteria that make up a natural world. Judges, each of these species and organisms work together to make an ideal ecosystem. Yes, they work like an intricate web to maintain balance, interdependence, and support life. This does make an ideal environment. But what is the importance of biodiversity? www.un.org will answer. Biodiversity forms the webs of life that we depend on, such as water, food, stable climate, medicine, economic growth, among others. Almost half of global GDP is dependent on nature. More than 1 million people rely on forests for their livelihood. And land and the ocean absorb half of carbon emission, but nature now is in crisis due to climate change. The report continues. Up to 1 million species are threatened of extinction, many within a decade. Irreplaceable ecosystems like part of the Amazon rainforest are turning from carbon sinks into carbon sources due to deforestation. Judges, climate change is playing an increasing negative role to the decline of biodiversity. It has changed other marine and terrestrial freshwater ecosystems around the world. It has caused the loss of local species, increased disease, and mass mortality of plants and animals, resulting in many species going into extinction. Judges, let us take this from microcosm before we go to macrocosm. We all know we are living in a world where so many species of animals, be it aquatic or terrestrial, are only known by their name but are never seen physically alive. Why? Because of climate change. Then tell me, is our environment not in danger? Yes. In another development, climate change pollutes the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the land we cultivate and dwell. Judges, according to the American Lung Association, the charitable organization that is more concerned about the health and lives of people globally, climate change impacts the air we breathe, making it harder to clean up the ozone pollution and increasing the risk of particle pollution. The source continues. Climate change creates conditions like little stagnant air, which increases the risk of unhealthful ozone levels. Hotter temperature and lack of rainfall increases the risk of wildfire and drought, both of which create particle pollution, thus is really in danger. What about the water we drink? The United Nations International Children Emergency Fund, UNICEF, in their presentation entitled Water and Global Climate Crisis, 6 things we should know as assessed on 18th day of March 2023. Says, and I quote, 1. Extreme weather events such as flood, drought. 1. Extreme weather events and water cycle pattern are making it difficult to access safe drinking water. 2. Around 74% of water-related disease between 2009 to 2018 were water-related. 3. Around 450 million children live in an area of extremely high water productivity. This means that they do not have enough water to meet their everyday needs. 4. Rising temperature could lead to deadly pathogen in the freshwater sources. That are making the water dangerous for people to drink. 6. Rising sea level can make the fresh water to become salty, thus compromising the water resources that millions of people rely on. UNICEF concludes, climate change is happening now. We must act. Judges, do you still need my second and third speaker to speak? Yes, I ask because these reputable facts enumerated above are already enough to prove that whenever we talk of climate change, our environment is really in danger. But if you would like to ask like Oliver Twist, the eponymous character of transition book, Oliver Twist, in the chapter, Oliver asks for more. Then they are here to give you more. Thanks.
Oh, that was good, of course. What she just said is enough to make somebody trip off. Of course, she really did well. It was breathtaking. She captivated us from beginning to end. And she has asked the judges that, of course, we can continue only if you are Oliver Twist. But they did not answer that question. So we are going to go into the next people to speak on this topic, being composed on the school of Oshiri. They are going to say that climate change, it is only nature taking its course. That is it. So we're going to be hearing from the first speaker from the side. We call upon the person of Theodore to buttress his points, telling us I agree or I disagree. Over to you, Theodore.
Climate change. Is our environment really in danger, or let us just take it first? Climate change. Climate change refers to the local extreme temperature weather pattern. It can also be seen as the transformation of climate over a long period of time. Before I proceed, I would like to give a lot of information. Good day, the panel of judges. Aquator keeper, Mr. Moderator, my co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ogonaya. I stand here this afternoon to vehemently oppose the claim that climate change is really dangerous to the environment. I am going to take goals. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, modern nature does not have to ban. Here I am reason for saying that climate change is a very natural occurrence. According to National Aeronautical and Space Administration, the Earth's climate has changed Earth's history as a result of, firstly, Milankovitch cycle that gives the climate change. Milankovitch cycle refers to the movement of the Earth around the sun, which causes its parts and tips of its axis to move slightly. This change is called Milankovitch cycle. This cycle can affect the amount of sunlight that falls on Earth, thereby causing the temperature of Earth to change. This cycle can occur over some time and have the tendency to cause changes to the climate. This, however, debunks the erroneous conception that climate change is primarily a result of man's activities, which present danger to the environment. More so, El Nino Starting Oscillation leads to climate change. El Nino Starting Oscillation refers to the pattern of changing water temperature in Pacific Ocean. In an El Nino year, the water temperature warms up, and in La Nina year, it cools down. This pattern can change the global temperature for a long period of time. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, I put this my opponent that Mother Nature does not harm to man. Rather, it is man's inability to harness nature to her benefits. More so, climate change can also be caused by volcanic eruption, which produces aerosol particles that swarm the earth. Judges, can volcanoes be induced by man? The answer is particular. Volcanoes cannot be controlled by man. They are nature at work. Regrettably, my opponents in this space are open for the fact that orbital movement of the Earth is a natural phenomenon which operates on a larger scale. This movement of the Earth around through the space around the sun is also capable of altering the climate. Conclusively, with this point of man, facts and faith, post and quotation, sample and examples, I know that I have been able to complete the prayer flow that climate change is a mere natural occurrence that keeps our environment to no danger. Thanks.
That was great. You can agree with me. Of course, he has come to say that it's just nature taking its course. And let's listen to the second speaker from the Oshiri, Aquata Shudamite J, to tell us whether she agrees or disagrees too.
According to Barack Obama, the first African-American president, the world must come together to confront climate change. There is a little scientific test that if we do nothing, we face more drought, famine, and the mass displacement that will fuel complete for decades. End of quote. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, greetings to you all. My name is Aquata Shudamite, representing New Model Secondary School Oshiri today to speak in the proportion of emotion. Climate change. Is our environment in danger or just nature taking its course? As already stated by my chief speaker, I shall measure out my arguments the veracity of the fact that when it came to climate change, our environment is not just in danger, but in imminent danger. I shall base my arguments based on the science points made by President Barack Obama. That is the agricultural effects of climate change, centering my arguments on drought, famine, and so on. Now let's go. Firstly, climate change fosters drought. Ladies and gentlemen, the popular and website English dictionary defines drought as a period of dryness, especially when prolonged, and specifically one that causes excessive damage to the crops and prevent the successful growth. From the above definition, you see that drought poses a significant challenge to our environment and to our survival. But the question still remains: how does climate change foster drought? AUL Geological Survey has assessed on 20 February 2023 has it to say, and I report. At the height of to say, warmer temperature enhances evaporation, which reduces the surface of water and dries the soil and vegetation. This makes the period with low precipitation drier than they will be in the cooler condition. Climate change also alters and changes the timing of water availability. Then, what are the other adverse effects of drought in our environment after the ones outlined above? Number one is transportation. Yes, drought can lower water level. Thus, impeding water transportation on rivers and the ocean changes. You can agree with me that water transportation is the major means of transporting public goods and other commercial items from one country to another. And when such a viable means of transportation is impeded, our survival is going to remain the evolutionary theory of Jindama, the survival of the fittest. Then tell me, is our environment not in danger? In a better development, climate change, drought caused by climate change does adversely affect agriculture. Yes, climate change affects livestock and the crops, including corn, soybeans, and the wheat. Churches. To prove the veracity of my assertion, the Center for Climate and Energy Solution, C2EL, based in US, has this report and I quote: at the height of 2012 drought, the US Department of Agriculture declared a natural disaster. Over 2,245 countries adding to food price instability in countries already facing food insecurity. That tell me, at first case of all this, is our environment not in danger? Moreover, climate change also causes wildfire and the act of deforestation. Changes. According to the World Health Organization, a wildfire is an unplanned fire that burns in natural area, such as forests, grassland, and the prairie. It is an unintentional fire that may spread to a vegetational area and causes extreme damage to human life and property, but has an after effect on animals, volcanic eruption, and the ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, the two main natural causes of wildfire are lightning and the volcanic eruption. Ladies and gentlemen, the two main natural causes of wildfire are lightning and the volcanic eruption. In the case of lightning, researchers believe that most of the time, live fire is stronger when a lightning produces spark, which can strike tree, power cable, or anything that comes in the way, leads to the high fire destruction. Charges. To prove the veracity of my assertion. Judges, please permit me to back my assertion with a historical fact. Yes, according to BBC News on 8th of 2022, its report, in August 2020, more than 12,000 United States tribes started over 650 wildfires across California, burning more than 1.5 billion acres of land, which hundreds of thousands of people evacuated. Can you imagine? Now tell me, is our environment not really in danger? In the case of volcanic eruption, the hot magma, which is present in the earth's crust, is sparked out, which was absorbed into the surrounding field others and the start of uncontrollable wildfire, burning down everything and then knocking down everything. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Health Organization estimates that between 1998 and 2017, volcanic activities and the wildfire caused by climate change nearly caused 2,400 deaths in wildfire release on the 2nd of August. Do not forget that during wildfire, air is polluted, wildlife destroyed.
The answer remains emphatic no. Why question nations and complaints now? Certainly no reason. The rain that waters our soil for healthier agricultural practice is a product of nature that does no harm to man and not man's making. The sun that shines on man gives man renewable energy, which has no threat to man. In fact, judges, without sunshine, there will be no photosynthesis, which is the process of plants to generate carbohydrates and oxygen from carbon dioxide, water, and light in chloroplasts. Climate change is therefore the work of nature. It is rather a blessing to mankind and not a threat as erroneously presented by the ignorant observers of nature. Man in her scientific and technological development cannot and has never stopped nature from taking its place. Ladies and gentlemen, as we have seen that our environment is not really in danger, but nature taking its place, thanks to climate change until next time. Secondly, the greenhouse gas emission that comes from natural source gas like carbon dioxide, methane and nitrous oxide that occurs naturally into the atmosphere. The greenhouse gases absorb infrared radiation instead of passing it out into the space. The atmosphere then emits radiation in all directions, sending some of it back to the surface and causes the planet to heat up. This process is known as the greenhouse gas emission. This process is known as the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is critical for our survival. In fact, judges, without the greenhouse gas effect, the earth will be about 30 degrees colder than it is today. That is to say that without the greenhouse gases and their warming effect, we will not be able to survive. With this following and reasonable point of mind, I have been able to
convince and not to confuse you that climate change is just a nature taking its course, which protects no danger. Thank you.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you for that. She was very firm and maintaining her position, and that is okay. We love you for that. You guys clap for her once more. And we go to the last speaker, or the least speaker, from New Homeless Sunday School Oshiri. We call upon Albert Mesoma Franca to tell us whether it's environment in danger or just nature taking its course.
Fyodor Dostoevsky, a Russian novelist and the author of the book Crime and Punishment, once said, above all, don't lie to yourself. The man who lies to himself and listens to his own lies comes to the point that he cannot distinguish the truth within him and around him, and so loses all respect for himself and for others, and having no respect, he ceases to love. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Albert Mesoma Franca, representing New Haven Model Secondary School Oshiri today to speak in purpose of emotion. Climate change is an environment in danger or just nature taking its course. It is a pity seeing the team opposition here today standing before this horrible garden to accuse this youngest part. First, lying to themselves according to Fyodor Dostoevsky. As already stated by my speaker, my function in this is to report the arguments of the team opposition here, build on or recite the arguments of my parents and speakers, so as to show how the arguments towards like the pyramid of Egypt evolved to equal to our team opposition here. But I have been kindly listening to the team opposition to see if I can pick any simple point against the dangers posed on climate change. But up to now, judges, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you can get used to that there is none. Why? Because this motion is merely meant to be proposed and can never be rightfully proposed. So rather than wasting our precious time in this other garden, let's see quickly identify the proofs that an environment is seriously in danger when it comes to climate change. Here we go. Climate change negatively impacts environmental infrastructure. But what is environmental infrastructure? Judges, www.britannica.com answer and input. Environmental infrastructure is the engineering and construction practices that provide safe water supply, waste disposal or pollution control services to protect human health and safeguard the environment. That include extensive network of aqueducts, reservoirs, water discharge pipes, sewer pipes, and pumping stations. They also include treatment systems, such as sedimentation tanks and aeration tanks, filters, and septic tanks. They serve two important purposes. One, they protect human health and regard the environmental policies. Two, they prevent the spread of other diseases like cholera, dysentery, or typhoid fever. They also clear the air of pollutant gases and particles, thus giving an ideal healthy environment. But guess what? Increased precipitation leads to damages in such environmental infrastructure, which we could do by therapy. When increased precipitation leads to increased water pollution, increased air or water temperature leads to evaporation and acid corrosion, all destroying and endangering the environmental infrastructure. Climate change, our environment is seriously in danger. Most of climate change violates environmental rights, especially those of indigenous people. Judges, according to UN Environmental Program, assessed on 21st January 2019, environmental rights is any proclamation of environmental condition to a specified quality. Ladies and gentlemen, it might interest you to learn that human rights and environment are intertwined, interwoven, or one pari passu. I recall, they are intertwined, interwoven, or one pari passu. Oh yes, human rights cannot be enjoyed without safe and clean environment, and a sustainable environmental governance cannot exist without the establishment of or the respect for human rights. This relationship is increasingly recognized as the right to a healthy level of environmental law. With rising sea levels, fluctuating temperature, increasing frequency of natural disasters. These regulations are critical to the continuous safety of citizens across the world. For instance, on 2018 alone, the evidence was impossible for the
just mean that these are the flats, right? Are you okay?
We are approaching a tipping point beyond with the opportunity to repel the danger. I will do a mission with something. Ladies and gentlemen, from the above quote, we have said it clearly that our environment is really in danger and needed urgent actions. Global warming is not the same thing with climate change, but an element of climate change. Global warming is the long-term use of the Earth's surface observed since the pre-industrial period, that is between 1850 and 1900. Due to human activities, primarily fossil fuel burning, which increases heat-trapping greenhouse gas level in the Earth's atmosphere, it stresses the ecosystem. With temperature rises, water shortage, increases fire threats, drought, pest and weed invasion, intense land damage and sun invasion, to mention just a few. Then someone be served to tell us that our environment is not in danger. Furthermore, climate change causes hunger and increases poverty rates. Oh yes, since the early 1990s, the extreme weather-related disasters have doubled, harvests have decreased, food prices have risen as a result of climate crisis or change. It is climate change that causes hunger crisis, and with a food system more global than ever, we all stand to lose. But according to Agriculture and Food Organization, 80% of causes behind this unpredictable harvest of cereal crops in such areas like African Sahel have come down to climate variability. On the issue of poverty, according to World Bank blog published on the development and changing climate, entitled "When Poverty Means Climate Change," a critical challenge that demands cross-cutting solutions. On November 5th, 2021, as the introduction said, and I quote, "This week, all eyes are on climate change. Conference Glasgow, the states are as no country is immune to climate change." He further said, "Until climate change, we push up to 130 million of people into poverty in less than years, and could cause 200 million of people to migrate within their own country in the year 2050. Judges, what more do we need? Are we still waiting for ease to become worse, or the conversion of Jews before we accepted that climate change, our environment is seriously in danger? This is because I saw the blind breezes, and I saw the dead heading, and I heard the dumb shouting that climate change, our environment is seriously in danger. God save us soul. According to Julius Caesar, who once said, and I quote in Latin, "Veni, vidi, vici," which is translated into English as "I heard, I saw, and I conquered."
Thank you for that very good round. So I call upon the third speaker from Comparative Secondary School Oshiri. We call upon the third speaker to come and take the center stage. Okay, is in the this can you come?
Greeting to you all, the panel judges, ladies and gentlemen, moderators, my excellent timekeepers, and fellow students and ladies and gentlemen. My name is Okenyes. I'm here this evening to oppose the motion which says climate change is a grave danger to man's environment and not just nature taking its course. Firstly, movement of lobster sleds. History has shown us that the natural movement of lobster sleds don't need over a geological timescales. Land masses are carried along in different positions of latitude. The changes or movements that affect global circulation patterns of air and ocean water and climate in its content. One form of the evidence that plate tectonics and how an example of how plate tectonics affect climate change is location in coal mines. Coal mines plants were formed over millions of years ago, yet are found in tropical areas. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, we have also learned in temperature over time that since the Industrial Revolution, the northern hemisphere has warmed more than the southern hemisphere. This is because the northern hemisphere has a larger percentage of Earth. Land masses compared to ocean than the southern hemisphere. Judges, you remember that this climate change, the evidence is that climate change is a work of nature and not just nature taking its course. Secondly, ladies and gentlemen, another evidence to support my position that climate change is a work of nature is variation in solar radiation. This is because the total amount of the solar radiation the total amount of solar radiation is very small amount. The energy emitted by sun only varies 1.3%. These changes in solar radiation is related to the number of sunspots. Sunspot is developed where an intensive magnetic field reaches. The flows of gases that transport heat energy from the sun's interior. Sunspot appears dark in temperature because of the lower of the surrounding areas. Changes, ladies and gentlemen, approximately every 11 years, there is a change in sunspots from a maximum to minimum number. This is because they are suppressing heat. The heat flows from the heat to the surrounding areas, causing more heat, radiating more heat. While sunspot is contributing to warmer global climate, less sunspot is associated with the cooler global climate. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, therefore, for about 200 years ago, there have been a reduce in solar radiation activity, known as little ice age, contributing to naturally and more significantly in climate change we experience today. I disagree with you all that climate change is a work of nature and not just matter taking its course. This is because according to Mary's lesson, he started killing of twins because of the work of nature. Is it not? That is why I disagree that climate change is a work of nature. According to the Bible, it is the work of nature because it says it has a plan for future, or it has a plan for future hope and not foolish planning. This is because it is the work of nature. Isn't it? I disagree with you because if not the work of nature, you wouldn't have survived today. Is it not? Undoubtedly, it is the natural of climate change. This is because it is the natural work of nature. Hence.
Yeah, that was very entertaining. She was very serious and confident, and she was very motivated. Please, can we stop the noise? Can we maintain some calmness, please? Please, those outside, those inside, please, let's maintain some calmness. We are quickly and gradually coming to the end of today's program, and we are going to draw the curtain here with the summaries from the two sides, from the proposing and opposing sides. So we're going to hear a speaker from New Haven Model Secondary School, Oshiri, draw a conclusion on their points, and we are going to also hear from Comprehensive. You have 2 minutes each.
Greetings once again. I thank every one of you for giving us this great opportunity for me to solidify our argument. Yes, on the fact that we propose the motion, my first speaker here touched on the fact that climate change is the biggest threat to environmental stability, and that climate change endangers biodiversity and the need to the rules of important fishing. And also, my third speaker spoke about climate change, that climate change negatively affects environmental infrastructure, and that climate change was our environment globally. Finally, we heard me when I said that climate change fosters drought, and the climate change causes wildfire and the hours of deforestation. In all these our arguments, I believe that we have finally won the way. Thank you.
Okay, may I welcome a speaker from Comprehensive. Anybody who is coming, come and summarize your points in 2 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Murray, for this wonderful opportunity to support my claim. According to National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, an American scientific and regulatory agency that monitors oceanic and atmospheric conditions, the Earth's climate has changed repeatedly throughout history. Scientists have identified volcanic eruption as one of the natural factors responsible for climate change. Also, metabolic air cycle can occur over a period of time and have a tendency to cause changes in the climate. This is to say that climate change is a mere natural occurrence. My colleagues in this debate have mentioned some of the benefits of climate change. Example, solar energy. She said that climate change gives birth to solar energy, which is true. Solar energy helps to reduce the use of machines that release forces into the atmosphere. According to Martin Luther King Jr., I quote, "Until justice is on the water and righteousness follow my stream, I will never keep quiet. And by the power of truth, I will conquer the universe." So life of not to love of truth, we the apple of the honest pieces. Every day I page. If we are channel religious studies, to not even with that bits because you are ready to respect them. I will tell the Alganaya and my colleagues here still stand here to maintain our claim that climate change is a mere natural occurrence. Thanks.
We're very happy that none of them changed position in the course of the debate, and they're still maintaining their stand. So we're going to be waiting for the judges to decide on the final winners, both in the first and second rounds. Please, can we welcome them back into the audience?